Contributing editor Vuyo Mvoko is already in Tanzania ahead of the inauguration of the president tomorrow and joins us now via Skype. Good evening, Vuyo, and thank you so much for joining us. Now, Vuyo, does Presidential-elect John Magufuli have what it takes to lead Tanzania?
Well, he did certainly say all the right things in the run-up to the election, around unemployment. He certainly focused on corruption, which is a big problem, threatening to take Tanzania back where it thought it had, the place where it thought it had left. But even during that period, one certainly didn't get the sense.
Our analyst in that piece called the end of business as usual for a party that was seriously threatened in this election, even though, no one really gave the opposition a chance of victory. But you didn't get the sense that this party was going to think outside of the box and indeed do new things and the sort of things that had never been done before. But then again, you will, as many people would remember, the growth that, the economic growth that the country has seen over the past couple of years, 7.3% in 2013 and 7% or thereabout in 2014. Those, came as a result, and in no small measure, to efforts that the government has actually made. At that, Mr. Magufuli was the minister responsible for public works. And public works had a great deal of contribution because among the sectors that actually contributed quite significantly in the growth rate was actually the construction industry, and a big contributor to that was actually public works, which he was responsible for. So he is not a small guy, and certainly not the sort of person to sort of be looked down upon. But then again, as I was saying earlier, at no point has he actually demonstrated that the business unusual that many of his supporters believe he's able to execute will indeed. In other words, during the election campaigning, there was no great deal of evidence that it would indeed be business as usual. In other words, nothing beyond simply like proclamation and claims. Whether indeed that's what will happen is what remains to be seen. And of course, the first step towards giving people the assurance or giving them a sense that it will indeed be business as usual will come out of his speech tomorrow.
Now, Vuyo, with regards to the feeling on the ground and the mood on the ground, what are the people's reaction to the inauguration tomorrow?
Well, it's not inaugurations, maybe I should point out right from the beginning, inaugurations by their very nature, the sort of things, that appeal to, the influential classes in that society at any particular time. The people who attend that are by and large your senior public servants, your, party faithful, and those people. It's not really a mass-based thing. But that said, the people of Chama Pinduzi are quite excited that they did win this one too, and really, it would be because they felt. I remember speaking to the taxi driver on my way from the airport, and how not only excited but also relieved he was that his party, the party that has run this country for 54 years, is back in power. But perhaps more of a relief than really excitement. So, Mr. Magufuli has then that enormous task of, bringing back the excitement that this party had, a party that had become maybe a bit complacent. So he needs to bring back the excitement. He needs to get Zambians excited about whether it's no longer the Ujama that your President Julius Mwalimu Nyerere has preached, but a new form of development that will be tailor-made for Tanzania. He still needs to get them excited about it. Yes, they did get excited about their party in the run-up to the election, but that was more because the party evoked, that sense of, this is the party that brought you liberation. You cannot trust anybody else but us. Now, whether he can really get that translated into real, tangible support for the programs of the government is one of the tasks he will have to embark upon. But as things stand, there's not as great an excitement in the streets about the inauguration itself. It's more really a sense of relief that his party has actually won. Obviously, the opposition is disappointed. They are even they say they are not going to partake in tomorrow's festivities. So again, it will be up to them to get excited about the kind of Tanzania that he seeks to build, the kind of Tanzania that even opposition voters and leaders will buy into. Sell them a dream that they can say, even though we remain opposed fundamentally to the policies of your government, we believe that whatever you will be doing beyond this point will indeed be to the benefit of Tanzanians. And for that, we will support you. Will he be able to do that? We will see, as well as the first steps or the first indications will come from that all-important speech that you will be giving at tomorrow's inauguration.
Vuyo, thank you so much for joining us. We will be getting updates as the proceedings continue tomorrow.